Learning guitar is a delicate balance of doing the right things and at the same time avoiding doing the wrong things. It's either bad habits, false beliefs, focusing on the wrong things. There's a lot that can go wrong. Hi, my name is Paul Davids, and to celebrate the opening of my intermediate guitar course Next Level Playing, I'm making this video. 8 mistakes I see guitarists make day in, day out. Mistakes you don't have to make and mistakes you can avoid so you can become the best guitar player you can be. So let's jump in. The first one is one I'm guilty of myself too, but I'm learning, so please forgive me. And it is noodling instead of practicing. Endless noodling, playing the same stuff over and over till it makes you sick. Again that pentatonic lick, again that same pattern. Can't I play something else? Lots of time when people play or practice, they just noodle away. No timing, no vision, no concept. So what should you do? Practice means challenging yourself, exploring and going beyond boundaries, repeating and improving. Try to never play without having even an idea of timing and a key. So stomp your foot, wiggle your body, or turn on a metronome even, whatever works for you. And play like there's a backing track turned on, a set of chords accompanying you, and try to follow the changes as you play. Anyway, to me this is very important, so I go way deeper into this concept in my guitar course if you want to know more, but for this little video it's time to move on. Number 2. The number 1 giveaway for sounding like a beginner is twofold and is a big reason so many folks struggle with having a great tone. Part 1 is not listening to the guitar. And the biggest culprit is not muting the strings properly. Sometimes what you don't hear is more important than what you do hear. And I saw this all the time with my students, hearing lots of excessive noise or just wrong strings when playing guitar. Especially on the electric, hearing strings ring out that shouldn't be there really clogs up the sound. There's a lot of ways to fix this easily. My 2 tips for this is just lay your hands on the bridge when playing higher strings. And using my fretting end to make sure it's always blocking or muting strings I don't want to hear. Easy fix, right? I also asked my followers on Instagram @PaulDavidsGuitar, follow me there if you don't already, what mistakes they made when they were young and the mistakes they wish they hadn't made. So the best ones are shared below. And here's mistake number 3, which is the second part of not listening, and it's about the tone. And your tone is half as important as what you play. It's all in the tone. And although some say the tone is in the fingers, having the settings somewhat right really helps. And it ranges from the pickup position to the EQ on your amp, to the amounts of gain, reverb or delays. And it's really not that hard as long as you think about it. Always know what pickup you're playing at the time. Know its strengths, know its weaknesses. For example, use the bridge pickup if you want to have that tight and present sound. And switch to the neck if you want a more mellow and warm sound. Always know what the settings are when you play, so you are aware of how it affects your tone. Because tone is really important. So here's number 4. Number 4 is artistic expressions. Yes. The number 2 dead giveaway for sounding like a beginner is a lack of human touch to the notes. The guitar is the perfect instrument to add your own little signature to everything. Hey, that's a real Paul Davids vibrato or slide or lick or whatever. It's great to have a sort of a sound that is your own, and you can only create that by exploring and developing it. There's many players that you can easily identify by just hearing their vibratos, their bends, their slides, their phrasing, their dynamics. When playing, be aware of all the things you can do and start developing. For example, here's 2 times the same lick. Okay, let's move on. Number 5, and this is a bit of a mental one because the brain is pretty important. And it's all about caring too much what other people think when you're playing. And I still do this myself too, and I hate it, but I recognize it in others too. Last year I organized a giveaway and a super nice little fellow who won a guitar came to pick it up. And I just encouraged him to play something on his new guitar, but he was so nervous that he almost couldn't play at all. But I just wanted to see him enjoy the guitar a little bit, and I was in no way judging or criticizing whatever he was doing. I never do that unless I wear my guitar teacher hat. And if you're a musician, you should never do that anyway. It's just not cool. Just enjoy what other people play. Don't judge all the time. It's not fun. Just listen to the music. And also closely related is that you compare your own playing too much to other folks. There's always someone better, faster, or more fluently, or whatever, but it really doesn't matter. You gotta find your strong suits. Is it your tone, your creative workflow when you play with other musicians? Can you write nice melodies? Can you write nice chord progressions? Or maybe you're just a great person to work with. There are so many ingredients to being a musician, and your technical ability is just one of them, really. So here's another classic one, number 6, and that is thinking that buying that one piece of gear will help you get better. Spoiler, it won't. Really, it's all nonsense, and let me tell you that the entire music industry tries to convince you that you need different gear, new gear, other stuff, the next generation, never seen before, the most powerful on the planet, blah blah blah. And with so many YouTube gear channels jumping on that same hype train, which I totally understand, making videos is a lot of fun. They're triggering your gas full stop, and it's hard to steer clear of binging videos thinking you need it all. And you go for it, but after a high of 1 week, you fall down. There are those same gear videos again. And let me tell you, you probably have everything you need to start and sound awesome. Practice trumps gear. Always. Well, wait, that. I had it 2 times that buying something actually made me a better guitarist. My first electric and my first acoustic guitar. That's it. Maybe add a decent amp to this, but all the rest is a bonus and won't make you sound that much better. The tone is in the hands and in the settings, so it's all in the fingers and knowing the gear you already own, really. Trust me on this one. So buying stuff won't help me get better, but Paul, and here's number 7. I've hit that infamous plateau. I am stuck. Help me! This happens to everyone, and it's very common, and it's a natural thing, and I found it's pretty easy to come out of it actually. Remember point 5? Seeing folks that are better than you at everything. Oh, more tasteful, faster, melodies that mesmerize you, artistic expressions you've never heard before. Listen to those exact people. Why? Not to make you feel down or bad in comparison, no, but to learn something from them. It's their playing that amazes you. It's probably something you want to be able to play, but you can't. Watch interviews of your idols and let them talk about their idols. There's always a clear path that was paved before they became the guitar hero they are right now. And we all walk these paths and make it our own. Often these techniques are within hand reach if you just practice. Okay, sometimes I hear something that just blows my mind. I don't learn music by others. I want to sound like myself. But I couldn't disagree more. If that's your thing, go for it, sure, but I would always advise you to learn as much from others as possible. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, just use the wheel to get to new locations where you want to go, if that makes sense. If that's checking out my course, which of course I highly recommend, or just watch videos, listening to CDs, seeing your favorite players, that's all good. Learn from those that you admire, really is the easiest way to reach new heights. Okay, up to number 8. I've seen this so much, especially in the comment section, and it is seeing music theory as a rule. For example, one of the first things you will learn is that the notes in the key of C major are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So therefore, if you play in the key of C, you should stick to these notes, right? It is the rules. If you don't, you're playing the wrong notes. No, that's not what it means at all. You can play any note you like, always. Music theory never says, don't play a B flat, it should be a B. No, it says, these are the notes that make up the scale of C major. So if you want to stick to purely diatonic notes, notes from within that scale, these are the ones to pick from. And as a beginner, it'll probably be a bit easier to make these notes sound good in the context of C. But notes from outside the scale, or the key, the spicy notes you can say, can sound awesome too. Don't think that you should follow the rules because, well, actually there aren't any. Well, there are a few things we as musicians agreed upon as means to make communicating easier. But as far as playing, the only rule is that if it sounds good, it is good. And the good thing about music theory is that often when something sounds good, you can easily give it a label and understand why it sounds good. And that's why music theory is so handy and awesome. Not because it tells you the things you should do, but because we can label things we love and we can use it as a language to communicate more easily and to give it a place in your head. Well, anyway, as I said, this is a list of the things I see go wrong very often, but I also know how a lot of things should be done the right way. And that's why after launching my first guitar course, Learn, Practice, Play, which is for beginners, I also made a course for intermediate players. It's called Next Level Playing. It's basically a carefully designed roadmap to help people reach the next level of playing, I guess. All the things I advise people to learn and how to do it bundled in a 7-level course, going through the many facets of what the guitar means to me. All the things I've seen in the real world and combined into a fun and easy to follow step-by-step guide. Check it out at nextlevelplaying.com, and thank you everyone for watching and giving me the opportunity to do this. Making videos, inspiring guitarists all over the world, it's awesome, and I can't thank you enough for checking it out week after week. And please do not forget to hit that like button gently, carefully click it, and subscribe if you aren't already, of course. Comment below, and of course share your mistakes if you're watching this video. What did you do wrong? I want to know. Cheers. Bye.